I refused to sign off on my CEO's private jet. 2 hours later, it crashed. Now the company wants me to lie to investigators. Have you ever had to choose between your career and doing what's right? Last Thursday, that hypothetical scenario became my reality in the most terrifying way possible. I've been an aircraft maintenance inspector for 14 years. 6 months ago, I left my previous company because they started cutting corners on safety protocols. My new employer promised they valued safety above all else. Pert until last week proved otherwise. It was 6:30 p.m. on Thursday and everyone was rushing to start their weekend. I was finishing up paperwork when our CEO's private jet rolled in for an unscheduled inspection. The pilot mentioned they needed to depart for a critical business meeting in Chicago within the hour. During my inspection, I found a serious hydraulic leak near the landing gear parent, the kind that could cause a catastrophic failure during landing. I immediately flagged it as no fly and explained we needed parts that wouldn't arrive until morning. That's when my phone rang. It was the CEO himself. I understand you were holding up my plane, he said, his voice ice cold. I have investors waiting in Chicago. We can't risk fuel, sir. I can't sign off on this aircraft. The hydraulic system. Do you know how much money is at stake tonight? He interrupted. Millions, your job included. When I still refused, he demanded to speak to my supervisor, who arrived minutes later looking pale. After a brief conversation in the corner, my supervisor turned to me. I'll take responsibility for this inspection, he said, not meeting my eyes. Go home. You look tired. I was effectively being removed from the situation. As I walked to my car, I saw the CEO and his executive team boarding the jet. My supervisor was signing the paperwork I had refused to complete. I sat in my car shaking. Should I call the FAA? Would anyone believe me over the CEO of a billion-dollar company? Would I ever work in aviation again if I did? Before I could decide, my phone buzzed with a news alert. Private jet crashes during landing approach at Chicago O'Hare. Casualties reported. The next 48 hours were a blur. 3 executives died, including our CFO. The CEO survived but remains in critical condition. The NTSB investigation began immediately and preliminary findings pointed to catastrophic hydraulic failure during landing. Yesterday morning, our company's legal team called me in for a meeting. They placed a prepared statement in front of me, now one that claimed I had performed the final inspection and cleared the aircraft for flight. Sign this and the company will take care of you, the head lawyer said. Executive position, 7-figure salary, full immunity from any liability. When I refused, his tone changed. Concierge, carefully, your word against ours won't end well for you. I walked out of that meeting straight to the 9th ESB investigators' temporary office and told them everything. It took my statement for 4 hours, recording every detail. This morning, federal agents entered our company headquarters with warrants. My supervisor and 3 executives were escorted out in handcuffs. My email has been flooded with messages from colleagues, parents, some supportive, others calling me a traitor. I don't know if I'll ever work in aviation again. I don't know if I'll face legal repercussions despite doing the right thing. But I do know that I can still look at myself in the mirror. 3 families are planning funerals because someone decided a business meeting was more important than their lives. I couldn't save them then, but I can make sure the truth comes out now. Sometimes the most expensive safety feature is simply having the courage to say no, parrot, no matter what it costs you personally.